Jesus is a play on words for say, sage, backwards. The U becomes the A, the E becomes the A. Forwards, the J becomes an R because there was no J word. It represents the fishing hook. And it is either Ra or Yah, so it's an R or a Y. So it becomes Ra says. Okay. Says, sows, sees. You can't see with technology and magic. You can't see by taking women from other races and other groups and from Heliopolis. Only through martial arts. It wasn't magic that united the land. It was martial arts. So in the Bible, when we look at the seals, okay, basically it's right there in the word see all. All is Pan. Pan backwards is Nap. He was a rapist deity. Look up the rites of Pan and so on, and that leads you to the jackal. Jah, call. Jah is a play on words for Yah in Ra. But in this case, outside of the divine order, who's left in hell is the followers of Yah or La or Jah, which is the moon deity of Egypt. Okay. So we look at what in their culture, from their point of view, and I do agree, Cerebus stands for. What is blocking them? What is keeping them from leaving? Okay, it is image, money, and sex. Okay, sex. Not just their desire to have sex, but who their forefathers had sex with. Hades, hides, right? He's also, his name means the passive. It's compared with Pluto, the riches under the earth. The rich, the passive, these people can't get you out of this world because they're concerned with surviving and prolonging their lives. Why are they passive? To prolong their lives. Of course, Jesus said, I came to bring a sword, not peace. He's talking about waging war with the mouth, which is, with scripture, with reason specifically. Not just words or tones, but reason. I don't want to go on and on and on, so let's just get to the point, shall we? Gog and Magog. Okay, Gog is a play on words for gay, G. G or Ki is the Sumerian earth deity. It is also the Tai Chi, the Qigong, the martial arts energy. Karate deals in it to some degree. It is a profane, secular, worldly, demonic energy because when you focus on that, it's like focusing on wrong instead of right. You're doing the wrong thing. So Gog is the gay G, just like the game. It's right there in the word game, gay person, right? Gay me, not me. I'm not homosexual. No one is more opposed to homosexuality than I am. Okay. Game backwards is a play on words for mage, right? E for evil. Magog, mage, O as in the reproductive cycle, G. A lot of these gang members, right? OG. It's the same thing. Reproductive cycle, G. And what do? They have worldly sex. We go into the beast, the whore that rides the beast, right? It's not just a place. It is the energy of that place, which can manifest and which is in every woman alive outside of the divine order when she's riding the beast. And she's sharing this kind of gender neutral key or worldly energy, right? Look at her face, right? Look at his. Blur the line, worldly energy, okay? And it's right, left, and middle, not just left wing. So the beast, B-A-S-T, or B as T. T is the feminine suffix. There's the difference between ba, meaning soul, and bat, right? With the T is a feminine suffix, which is a female deity, which was worn on Narmer's kilt. Waste was T-E. You're waste, you're done, okay? You're to be discarded. Lessons, listen and lesson. Lay, son, okay? And lie, son. They're lying about who the son is, and that's a sin. So which son is it in the S-O-N? Is it the S-U-N, the right you, who you really are? Or is it the S-I-N, someone who's arguing about the I, right? And from my perspective, like a little old bitch. Okay. Damage, right? What is the damage that's done? They have damned the age. They have damned the ego, one's sense of place. They have done so permanently after I die. Heed his word, right? Heed, hew, authoritative utterance, add. Hew, add his word. Now, there's all kinds of wordplay in this, and it's misleading, and there's all kinds of garbage. This is the most important, direct to the point. There's no way around it. You know, you find someone trying to find a way around it, rest assured they're scum. Revelation, reveal a shun. Okay? Why do you think they had to reveal it? Because these are the make things blow up, loud noises, right? Dull their senses to loud noises, dull their senses, hell frozen over, ICE people, police, ICE, policy, practice, ICE, 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 ICE. Everything they're doing is insisting on white. Even the word fair is a reference to white, right? So they had to reveal the A-shun to these fucking shallow, yuppie ninnies, which weren't just white people, but Roman scum who had come there. So they decided we'll put it in Revelation, okay? The end of the Bible. Jesus said he's the Alpha and the Omega. It goes back to the difference between Jesus as sage, backwards, replacing the vowel L's with the A's, and Ra says. The J, the fisher hook, becomes the R. Okay. Ra says, the core said, you're cursed. Whatever I say goes. I am the blameless one. I achieve this position by cultivating righteous indignation through martial arts. Whatever I say represents the will of God. Whatever the sage says is what is going to help you stay alive in the flesh, right? In this world. It goes back to Matthew 10:37, right? Whoever, and 39, whoever finds their life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. Well, what would the sage say? Whoever finds their life in with Ra, the true life, is going to die. They're going to kill you, okay? They're going to screen you out. They're going to persecute you. You're going to carry your cross. You've been crossed out by the X, the Chi Ro, okay? The Ki, the Chi, G, right? And the Kung Fu guys wear a G. I can wear it because I'm the blameless one, number one. Number two, they don't give me something else to wear. Number three, Shaolin is supposed to be show line. When someone like me puts on a G, especially when I was in shape, you should have no doubt in your mind that this person moves at God speed, light speed, precision, right? You should know the difference between me and the little Asian guy, or the Ichabod white guy, with all due respect, or the fat cop, okay? Or et cetera, et cetera. You should know. Or the fucking African, with the most diverse race that is more like them and not like the true form of God, right? Air Jordan, something more like his shape, which has forged it within a superior mind through striking and not playing basketball. Okay? The Alpha, Ra, the A, okay, and the Omega, the Ray, the perspective, says sage. Okay? Alpha says Ra. This is where naturally you're going to go. You're supposed to go. If you follow with the Omega, you get left behind because of your last lays T. Okay? Also lazy. Right. There's another parallel you can draw there. Not necessarily the wordplay, not necessarily not. Seal. See all. Pan. Jackal. Okay? Jaw call. Right? Ya call. La call. Cerebus. Image. Money. Sex. Three-headed dog, right? Their God, quote unquote, is a dog, the dog star. There's all kinds of connections and all kinds of sissy astrology and paganism. And I want to make this short and sweet and to the point, rather short and focused, because this shit pisses me off. And I've already made one version of this video where I was very mad. People basically put their families that reject God before God. And they followed a bunch of pedophiles, rapists, drug-pushing trash, and so on and so forth. And I had to put up with all kinds of snobby, attractive women and porn stars and movie stars and slutty-dressed little girls, slutty-dressed older women, just garbage everywhere. You have no idea what I had to put up with because you don't understand what true sensitivity, sensei, sons, sensibility is like. So that leads us to the dominant expression, right? The God gene is not dormant. It doesn't sit there for 10,000 years and all of a sudden express itself. It's not put on ice. It is a natural gene. Technology, transhumanism, eugenics cannot bring about a connection to God. Okay. Because it also goes back to what isn't fair. If this person was born and they magically brought him in, the mind would be triggered in a similar way, but they wouldn't be able to connect. Okay? It's as simple as that. It's like cloning me. If somebody cloned me, is it the same thing? If they cloned me and they trained them to be evil and to say, we forgive you all, obviously it's not the same thing. Though they might talk the same way, a similar way, they might feel a similar way, but they're not going to connect to God. That's not God's son. That is an abomination. That is an unnatural creation that has no business being alive. Find, right? Find, refined view. Now I've gone on too long. Again, so the 7 seals, the 7 deadly sins, has to do with Pan, right? He gets drunk, and when you drink a lot, you tend to eat a lot, gluttony. All those sins can be associated with Pan one way or another. I don't want to waste my fucking time. Mage, OG, right? G is the Sumerian deity, O is the circle, reproductive cycle, Magog. Okay, Gog, the gay G, the game, gay, M for Mason, magic, right? Builder, illusion, E. Okay, and I've gone over these things: beast, waste, lessons, listen, damage, heed, his word, revelation, revelation, alpha, omega, cerebus, right? Core, E, boss, cares about image, money, and sex, and he wants you to follow one of these paths or all 3, etc. I can't imagine a motherfucker listening to this video and not seeing that I'm right. But I want you to remember one thing above everything else, It is that everyone had a fair shake, whether they want to admit it or not. Okay, they are who they are. The ants had a fair shake. The dogs had a fair shake. Okay, your parents brought you into this world. The people in charge are jealous of people like me because God chose them, and they chose people like me. God chose people like me and not sniveling Harry Potter, penguin-looking pussies. So they're pissed. They have the penguin complex. They're cowards. They're weaklings. They're tricksters. They're sniveling prankster pussies. They will always be that. Nothing good can come from following them. They know that. Sooner or later, they will have hell to pay. They know that life is short. Life is a short bitch. People are disgusting beings full of all kinds of excrement, snot, fluids, and disgusting things. Earwax. I mean, God has made it clear to you, don't value the flesh. In so many ways, I don't know where to start. On top of that, life is short. These people saying, but it's not fair. I wanted to go to Disneyland, are pussies. I wanted my kid to grow up and experience all the pedophile, invented pleasures in life. They're cowards. This is a no-brainer. This isn't truly a martial arts test when I say it's a martial arts test, because it's not that hard. It's not that hard to do the right thing. It takes a sniveling complex having pussy not to do it. When you look at how fair it is more than fair that the filth, the waste product, those who are left behind are left behind. Period. Did you not start in the bodies of utter trash doing abominations? Should not their works reflect who they are? Are you not the abominations that your forefathers set the stage to bring forth? Why should God magically intervene when those people worked together to varying degrees to screen me out? And everyone like me. How much should they be cursed? Even in the 10 Commandments or whatever it was, it says for 3 or 4 generations you'll be cursed. They're actually referring, that says sage. After 3 or 4 generations we'll connect to God, we're good. That says sage. It says raw, it is mind, body, soul. Right? 3 or 4, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Okay? If you think from the psyche point of view, there's no need for spirit. Psyche is mind, psyche is soul. It's all in their imagination, in their illusion. Again, I don't want to make this video that fucking long. Make a long story short, it is more than fair. There isn't a woman who should have turned her back on me on this planet. There isn't a fucking guy who sees himself as a man who shouldn't have stood with me. And everyone else is less than fucking human as far as I'm concerned. If you are not someone with courage who is going to stand with the martial art order, you are an animal. You're, if it is fair for the animals who fucking truly don't know better, it is more than fair for humans who have less courage than those animals and should have known way, way better. They should have thought in a way that made them more courageous than the bravest lion. They have no excuse. When you think about how these sniveling pussies are going to try to play it off, certainly you'll come to the conclusion that they deserve to suffer like no one can ever imagine.